Happy Friday! How's your Friday morning and Friday evening and Friday afternoon going? I trust that you are having amazing, fantastic Friday. Okay, today is I do IG Live in English. So yesterday, I was talking about, sorry, I gotta adjust the phone. I was talking about failure, right? Mistakes and failure in Japanese. And it was quite good because my followers joined my live. They were engaging the topic, and they're throwing or they're putting the comments. I really love that. So if you guys have any thought about the failure, how do you overcome the failure, you're free to leave a comment after I post this IG live, or if you are joining a little bit out, like today, it's okay. I will encourage you to put a thought or your experience, share with us. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna start talking. Now, there's still nobody showing up, but I'll get it started. I'm not going to wait, until I'm going to wait until somebody show up. No, the show is on, right? Like Tessa Marie always said. So anyway, 3 things to learn from failure. Okay, today's topic is 3 things to learn from failure. Yes. We are all afraid of being failed, right? And therefore, we don't take action. And we make excuse why we don't take action. And then in the bottom, we worry about being failed. Because what's going to happen? If you fail, right? Think about it. Maybe you feel embarrassed. You get disappointed. What kind of emotions coming up to you, right? You have disappointment, embarrassment, right? Sad, frustrated, right? And they're all, maybe people's gonna think, you fail. They'll laugh at you, right? Yes, that's why, and then we don't take action. That's why we're afraid of failing. But today, let's change about the idea of failing. Okay, so anyway, so 3 things to learn from failure, and then those 3 things have changed the perception. I don't know what it's called, the way you look at being failed. Okay, so anyway, so number one, experience and insight, not inside. Experience and insight. Okay, I learn from failure. We learn from failure. What we learn after you fail, what do you learn? We learn experience and insight. When you fail, it's like learning from a new experience. Don't you agree? I'm going to read. This is so important. I'm going to read again. When you fail, it's like learning from a new experience. Isn't it amazing, right? It helps you to understand what didn't work so you don't make the same mistake in the future, right? It's just like, yes, I totally agree. That, yes, what I said, right? What you think, what Yuko said. Yes, totally agree. Yes. So, yes, it really helps you to understand what didn't work so you don't make the same mistakes in the future. Yes, nobody wants to do the same mistakes, right? We get tired of it. Some people, they say that too. Oh my gosh, I'm fed up with this because I keep having the same mistakes. You get so frustrated. And then after that, you stop doing it. Right? You just give up. But what you've been trying, what you've been doing it, you keep making mistakes, right? Because, right? No, I shouldn't say that. Because, what can you do What can you do to prevent, right, having a mistake? You sometimes do the search your own way. Why didn't you search it? There are somebody in this world has already solved your problem, right? We always said, model success. Somebody already solved your problem you're facing with. At least you feel like you just like, there's no hope. You know, like I'm the only one, I'm the first one in the world have the mistake, have the problem. So there's no hope. Yeah, but you know what? Nowadays, there is a very, very great tools that you have. Everybody has smartphone, computer, almost. I assume that way. Here you are, Tessa. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Congratulations. You're the first one to join my life. So I'm talking about 3 things to learn from failure. Okay. So yes. So at least we do have, it's called internet search. And if you cannot find at the first try, oh, here you are, Kaoru-san. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. So happy to see you. So, yeah, you know what? You type first and then just, oh no, I can't find. I search to make a solution and I can't find. I give up. No, type more. The way you put the word on a Google search, or it's called maybe nowadays ChatGPT. Maybe it's not working. So use the different words and search. Keep searching. I am pretty sure you can find a solution. I just shared your life. Oh, thank you so much. Here you are, Kia. My family's here. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, so 3 things to learn from failure. Okay. Number 1, I'm going to talk about like what, I was talking about number 1, but experience and insight. That's we learn from failure. And then number 2, patience and adaptability. Yes, here we are. Happy Friday. Yes, we are. Right? Number 2, patience and adaptability. We learn from failure. Number 3, re-evaluating goals, right? We learn from failure. Re-evaluating goals. So anyway, just I was talking about number 1 already. So you can check it out, watch this live later, or I upload on YouTube. So I put a link on my story. Right? You can just go to tap the link on the story, link on my story and check it out on my YouTube. I have English YouTube too. So anyway, yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hear lots of love from you. Amazing. Yes. So number 2, I'm going to talk about it. So, oh no, I'm going to go back to number 1. Okay. So experiencing insight, right? So I told you, right? Is if you have a problem, and there already somebody in this world have solved the problem. Just don't give up. Keep searching, right? So here is my story. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, this is so powerful. Yes, powerful. I'm so ready. Can you see? It's cold, but I got like just sleeveless shirt. Powerful. Anyway, so, okay, so I am a hairstylist. And then I usually don't have a lot of mistakes because I have 30 years experience and I always learn from failure. But once in a while, I do have a mistake. And then I was doing, it's called balayage for my clients. And it's very, very difficult to have a balayage to like clients like have this really dark hair and go really blonde tip, the blonde, right? The tip of the hair is blonde. Very, very difficult. It's most likely, it's easy to have a mistake is when we do that, you gotta apply the color gradually. You gotta bleach, actually. You gotta bleach the end, right? But it has to look really gradually, right? From like dark to light, very naturally. very difficult to do the Asian people's hair. And then also, and so the one day I did it, and of course I failed because there is a line showed up, right? So I was just like, oh my gosh, what should I do? I was already working 5 hours with that client, and it was already 5 o'clock. And she needs to go to her cousin's wedding in 2 days. So she cannot go to the wedding with the hair, right? It's awful. I felt awful. So I told her, instead of being, getting frustrated, there's the good things we're saying, the hairstylist. When you see the mistake, especially color, number one, you have to do it. Don't panic. We say that. Don't panic. That's it. When we take the foils out, right, the highlight, we just like, but we always have to tell ourselves that don't panic. That's very, very important lesson. Words we have ingrained ourselves. So I just like, okay, don't panic. So there's a way. So I told her, just go home, have us something to eat. We're already hungry. So I sent her home, come back an hour later. So she did, right? And then an hour, instead of me eating dinner, I went on internet. I search. Yes. For your story, yes. I don't know you have experienced that, but I'm sure somebody experienced that too. You search. There it is. There. I found one result. There's somebody posted how to fix it. When I saw it, I just like, thank you so much for someone helping me out, right? And then I didn't give up searching. And she came back. I did exactly what the lady said. Somebody, right, posted on the internet. It worked. She was so happy, right? She didn't feel embarrassed her cousin's wedding. And she told me later on day, she said, she lives in Toronto. She said, I went to the store and the cashier, she told me that, she said, I really love your hair. Where did you get that? So that is so, when I heard that, I felt like so amazing. I just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. So anyway, that's why, that's why. And then experience insight. When you fail, right? And then that experience I failed, that turned into confidence. Now I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid. I know how to do that. So when somebody said, can you do balayage? No problem. They love it. So anyway, Kia said, that was blessing. I also doubted it a blessing when I'm able to learn from someone else's mistakes. Yes. Yeah. So it's always, I learn from now on, and that when I have a mistake and then I figured out how to fix it, I am willing to share. Like it's not shame. Don't hide your mistakes, right? Like it's just like I think mistake equals pink Canadian diamond. Don't you agree? Great comment. Yeah, she gives me a great comment. I also am happy when someone can learn from mine. Of course, right? It makes you feel like, oh my gosh, makes you feel so happy, right? So number 2, patience and adaptability. You learn from failure, right? So this is my story too. Oh, hi Fazat. Long time no see. Happy Friday. How are you doing? Right? How are you doing? So I've built a patience through these experiences. Okay, English is my second language. So when I came to Canada, right, it was really, really hard for me to go to make an appointment to talk to doctors and then go to bank. Those 2 things were really, really hard for me because I really couldn't explain what I myself. Anyway, so here's an example. One of the doctors. I used to call doctors, right? We need to call doctors. And then I wanted to explain, but some nurse over there, I know she was busy, I understand that. Every time she called, she sounds so frustrated because my English wasn't good. And then one day she said, I don't understand what you're saying. Boom. I just like, oh, right? But if I don't make an appointment, it's like, I think that was my son's appointment. So I just like, you know what? I gotta make it happen, right? I gotta make it happen. What should I do? How do I say? So I asked my family, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, my husband, and then friends, how to say that? How do I explain, right? And then if one question, when I ask my mother-in-law, and then I explained, she just like, she still didn't get it what I'm trying to say. So I kept asking using different words. How do I do this? How do I say in this situation, that situations? And then after maybe 10, like a catch, right? Like throwing out conversation here and there. Finally, she understood that, oh, okay, you know what? You can explain this that way. It'll work. I just like, oh, okay, right? But me and my mother-in-law, we were so patient to make these things work, right? I was failing to call doctor's office, but me and her, we worked together to find the right words to make it happen. And then that was amazing. Don't give up, right? And so that's why I learned patience. I'm pretty sure Tessa understands. She used to work for a bank. I'm sure there's so many customers. Their English is second language. Some of them probably very hard to speak English. But they say something, customers say something, and then maybe even if Tessa doesn't quite get it 100%, she asks them back. And that creates really another great questions. And then when you do a couple questions later, and then finally Tessa said, oh, okay, you want to transfer the money from saving account to checking, $300 every Friday. Is that what you want? And the customer just like, yes. Those things. So, you know what? And then it's like each word maybe, throw the conversation, failing, right? So because we don't quite get it 100%. But if you have a patient, keep doing it. And then eventually we get what we want. So we learn from failure, right? Oh, thank you so much for the comment, Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Yes, Tessa said, oh, what's the topic of talking about? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for Tessa and answering, helping me out, right? That was disgusting, horrible person. Yes, actually, she was very impatient. I wasn't, she's not my favorite nurse anyway. She's not working anymore. So yes, it was, but I listened and worked with them and yes, I do exact same thing when my client sit on a chair at my salon. I have a lot of patience. I ask, they answer. And if I don't get quite, and then I got my iPad on, I encourage them to just, can you just sit with me and help out what color exactly you want? How would you like to get your color done? Or how to get your haircut done, right? Patient, right? It's so important. Yes. And Kia said, wow, for her to treat you like that when she is a medical professional, your perseverance is encouraging. Thank you. I know it's, now that everybody has a patient, right? Oh, there's a patient, but they don't have a patient. You know what I mean, right? I bet she got her behavior back. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, oh, hi, Ellen. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. So yeah, so I learned through that. And then I learned through my mistake. I will never ever treat anybody like who cannot speak English right that way, like, right? So you know what I mean, like, you know, have a patient. Yes. So number 3, we learn from failure, right? Number 3, what we learn from failure, re-evaluating goals, right? You have to. Failing gives you a chance to think about your goals and plans, right? When you fail, you're just like, why did it go wrong, right? And then sometimes you have to re-evaluate goals, right? Sometimes maybe the goal, you might have to a little bit give a tweak, or you don't need to change completely, you don't need to give up, but maybe too much for you. So but you gotta keep, the key is, you gotta keep doing it. But sometimes you have to change your goals, right? So anyway, here is another example, or my stories I wanted to share. Okay, I would say struggle. Challenging, I shouldn't say struggle. I used to have challenging, right? It's the losing weight was a challenging. I always, since I was little, I was always kind of chubby side, not the side, chubby side. I was really having a hard time to lose weight, especially when I was like teenager, 12 years till through 24. So that 12 years, right? My weight was like up and down, up and down. So I remember that. So I saw a magazine that the miracle drink that you can lose weight instantly. That was like $300. And I do believe that was 1992. So I just like, okay, I love miracle. Miracle will happen if I purchase this. So I purchased that drink, and then I follow what it said. Twice a day. You can have a meal once. It has to be, the meal plan was 500 calories. That's it. You cannot go over more than 500 calories to get your ideal weight. And then twice a day, that drink. I followed it, and it was crazy. It worked like crazy. I lost 1 pound a day, right? I kept losing 1 pound a day. I was so happy every time I get on the scale. But what's happened 2 weeks later? What's happened? It was too much. The way I was doing, the way I was following, it was too extreme. And then too expensive, because you gotta keep spending money, $300 every 2 weeks, right? So I just like, and then only I ate like 500 calories a day, right? I mean, like just like lunch, right? The meal. So, and I was working as a hairstylist. So I started to feel dizzy, and then just like, oh no. So it's not, and then after I quit, and of course we fail, right? It's just too extreme. So after that, I quit and just like, I can't lose weight. This is working, but it's not working too much. So I just like, you know what? I'm done with this. So as soon as I'm done with this, okay, my ideal goal was I wanted to lose almost 10 pounds in a 6 month or something too, right? So my goal was 10 pounds, lose 6 months, lose 10 pounds. And then after that, I just like, you know what? I can't do it. So after finish, and then I started to gain weight back like crazy. You know, when you are just like, okay, it's too strict. You know, when you get too strict, and then what's coming after, right? Like you just like, you go crazy. So after that, I was in early 20. So after I quit, I started eating like crazy. That's human nature. Of course I gained weight, right? And then I saw myself one day in a picture, I just like, oh my gosh, what's happening? My face like a balloon, and then I couldn't put the jeans on, right? So I just like, okay, you know what? But I still want to lose weight. So how did I do to evaluating my goals? So I changed my goals that not only I do the diet, right? Go on a diet for 6 months. I changed, go on a diet lifetime, right? That's it. So I am going on a diet throughout my lifetime, right? So what did I do was I eat. Sometimes, I don't eat until I get full. That's it. Simple. When I do eat, I eat maybe 70%, something like that. I don't eat until just like, oh my gosh, eating too much. But we're human. So sometimes go out with my friends or Christmas. When I eat too much, next 2 or 3 days, I eat light. That's how I change. And then that plan really work. It's working. It's working. And it's just like, it's not really hard. I do small step every day. It's not like 500 calories a day. I don't spend, right? $300 every 2 weeks a miracle drink. I change my goals to lose a weight. To diet for life. Not like 6 months, right? Like 10 pounds in 6 months. Not like that. So you learn from mistakes, right? So mistakes always teaches us something. So that's why, and then I do believe it. Like mistakes always helps us to lead for better life. So that's why I wanted to share that 3 things to learn from mistakes. Thank you so much. I love you guys. You guys putting so much comment. You know what? At the beginning of this live, when nobody was still joining, I was already acting like you guys were here. You can see it. You can go back and watch my live. And then I just like, if you guys have any thoughts, experience, or something, please share with comment. I said that at the beginning of the lives as if you guys are already here. That's it. So anyway, I will read the comment, right? There you go. So, Ellen said, you're not the first to call me Helen. I answer both. I know some people call me Yoko instead of Yuko, but I still say yes, Sometimes or auto collection, right? Like it's just like phone sometimes put the weird name. Yukon. My famous is type Yuko name and autocorrect says Yukon. I'm a potato. Anyway, so yes, Kia said, oh goodness, you're burning the candle at both ends. Oh yeah, I know. That was too extreme. Learn from failure. Yes, I am sure you would eat like you were starving. Yeah, those diets are terrible. Terrible. I wouldn't really recommend that kind of diet. What are you going to do after 6 months? Even if you lost 10 pounds, you know what? It's called, you're going to gain, you're going to weight, you're going to gain back. That's why some people they're struggling. I can say that. They're struggling to lose weight because too extreme. You have to think your lifestyle. You gotta think like you live every day. So it means you gotta do a diet for life, right? Tessa doesn't eat crazy every day. She eats a little bit at a time. That's how she maintained her beautiful figure, right? You remember Tessa? When you take a picture, I will do a profile picture, right? You gotta look fabulous too. So anyway, oh, hi Stacy, here you are. I'm sorry I didn't notice. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Ellen said, love small steps every day. Set you up for successful. Yes, success. Yeah. I do believe my coaching method is 1% action, 1% courage. Small steps every day is awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Alan. Happy Friday. This was a great lives. Oh, you guys saying hi. Some people call me Tracy, LOL. I know it's, I have a client, her name is Tracy, and sometimes I call her Stacy. Her husband says, one time I was talking about, her husband is also my client too. So I just like, oh yeah, your wife, Stacy. And he said, no, my wife name is not Stacy, because Stacy, we engage with you so much. So sometimes that's why I got two names like almost similar. Anyway, so yes, not struggling with please, it's a challenge. Yes, I know. Every time I say struggle, Tessa always correct me with love, say challenge. I have to go back and watch this from the beginning. Please, thank you. Yeah, I do too, actually, Stacy. Tessa still call me Tracy. Very confusing sometimes. Just like some people call me Yuko, Yoko. Sorry, we do our best to call you guys name, right? So, sorry. So this is great to see you all here. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for being here for me, family, right? I really appreciate it. Maybe I was a Tracy from another life. Maybe I was a Yoko another life. Yes. Bye everyone. Have a wonderful, fabulous weekend. Yes, thank you so much. And then do not forget to join our live today, this week. Sunday is Sunday self-care show. And then November, I would believe 25th on Saturday. Not this Saturday. I think like week after, right? Something. We do Zoom yoga session. So I will post in the next few days. I mean, maybe tomorrow I'll post the Zoom yoga session tomorrow. Please join our Zoom yoga session too. So thank you so much. All right, I love you guys. This Sunday self-care show is coming at 9:30 Eastern time. So just please join with us. All right. Okay. So anyway, here you are, Yoko-san. Thank you so much. How are you doing? Yes. Free. Yes. It's so nice. See you guys helping me out to type in a comment. Free Zoom yoga session. It's it's just the purpose is not doing a perfect yoga. Purpose is we get together, have fun on Saturday morning. Yes. Anyway, yes, I'm glad you're good. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. All right, take care.